Hello everyone, welcome back to Ramlan, the Ramlan Man Show. I'm your host Ramlan Man. Sorry, Jesus. And I'm back with Forza, and I'm driving a EXRS 2012 Boulder. And I'm so watching the game yesterday, Arsenal versus Olympiacos. Oh my God, I couldn't believe that we actually couldn't get the win, and we are knocked out of the Europa League. And it's so hard for me to even say that, to be knocked out of the Europa League in the round of 32, which is just hurting me so much. And one of the things I said about the Champions League, I don't get why teams get to go to the Europa League after they come third in a group. I don't know why people you get um how do you say like get rewarded for being third best in a group, so you get to go to Europa League. I never understood that. I wish that it was just like the Champions League, where it would have been the last 16 and that was it. And then you don't see now the third teams in the Europa League going into their own little tournament now, do you? I just don't like it, never did like it, but that's no excuses. We were terrible. We were absolutely awful yesterday. A lot of players there. I don't know why they were starting, I don't know why they're still in the team. I don't know why we still have these players that are just not good enough. The only player I've seen so far who's actually improved a lot, because I think his career was on the line, was Mustafi. He's the only one I think has improved so much, and I'm so happy for him, the way he's been getting so much stick for the last couple of years, but he's actually been pretty decent. I think Arteta was sat down and just talked to him. He's like, "What's up? What's going on? You're a World Cup winner and you're not performing. What's going on? Tell me, talk to me." And I think that's a great thing to do with players, like getting to talk to them, getting to sit them down, getting to say like, right, instead of just dropping them and just underperforming, you go, okay, why aren't you performing? Why aren't you playing well? What's going on? Is everything at home okay? You settling in all right? And that's the most important thing in management now. You have to talk to every single person, see what's going on around their lives, around what they're doing at home. Like, as a football team, you can brought them to a new country, a new way of life, a new culture, everything. And he's the only one who's improved. Everyone else has just been Lacazette. Uh, Lacazette hasn't been great. That's why I'd rather have a Ketty up front, the Aubameyang or Martinelli. I think having Ozil, Lacazette, Pepe, and Aubameyang is just unbalanced. It's just not. It doesn't work. It's just not a great formation for all of them to try and fit. It's hard to fit in a load of superstars, and it's hard to fill in quality. And that's why we're going to have this. This summer is going to be absolutely massive clear with a lot of players. And I have right, so Leno and goals. He did that mistake, but he's still a quality keeper, so I keep him. Right back, Bellerin, he needs a break. I think he needs to go back to Maitland-Niles. Maitland-Niles was doing so well, and he just stopped playing him, and I just didn't understand why. Bellerin, I think, needs a few more cameo appearances here and there to get back fitness, because I just think he's lost that yard of pace still. I think he hasn't got back to his physical and mental self back again, because he's coming back from a horrible injury, and I think he just needs a bit more time. To be rushing back bit too quick. Mustafi came out injured, which like I said, I had my thing about him saying he's useless, this and that, but look, he's proved me wrong, and I can admit that I'm proved wrong. And now I think that he deserves to stay now. If he keeps up to the performances he's been doing week in, week out against the big teams. I know he made a mistake against Chelsea, but since then, every defender has a mistake in them. And I look, for now, he's pulling me back in. I think he deserves to stay, and I think he deserves to have another chance. David Luiz is David Luiz. Just I think it was a weird signing from the start. I wasn't happy. I wasn't sad about it. It's kind of right. We need a defender, so let's get him in. I don't know if it's Holden's still injured or not, but I don't know why he doesn't start playing again. Left back was Saka. I feel so bad for the kid, because he's playing so much football that he wasn't even expecting he's going to get this much football, and be played out of the wrong position doesn't even make it better for yourself either. But he's made that his own now. But whenever Tierney comes back, I think Tierney's going to be there. So we're going to keep Saka, we'd keep Tierney as well for that left back position. But I think we need someone rather in the academy, or someone to break out into a left back position and start playing as a left back now. Because poor Saka at 18, it's just not his position. It's just not where he should play. And well, he's going to stay on my team, and I'm going to keep him. I keep him around. There's no ifs, buts, and maybe about Saka. And then you have in midfield, Danny Ceballos is on loan. Will we buy him? That is a big question. I don't know. I honestly don't know. I don't know I think he does. He's great. I think we should play him a bit more higher up the field, though. I think he should play more as whereas I think you play him as the number 10. I think he'd be suited better, and you have Torreira and Xhaka as the midfielders there and behind the defenders, and have because I think with the Xhaka and Torreira partnership is it gives that bit more like Xhaka doesn't have the legs, so Torreira kind of gives him that bit of legs where like he can do all the kind of running, the dirty work for him, and then he gives Xhaka the ball, and he just his half his second is Xhaka, and then you give him the ball, and he's just gonna do the work like do the balls in over the top and through balls in like that. Like I said, Xhaka, I would like yet again like you don't know like he has these games like there. Yes, he wasn't great. Like the whole team wasn't great. That's what makes it so even worse. It wasn't just like two or three players, like one or two players weren't great. It was nearly the whole team wasn't great. But I keep him. I think we should keep him one more year. Like I said, one more year for a lot of these. Like, but then I don't know. We can do another more year at this. I don't know if they deserve another chance. I think by the end of the season, I think we need to decide then now: are we going to keep these players or not? And if we're not going to keep them, look, we're just going to have to go. Gone. See you later. None of this. Then left wing, who did we have? We had a Banyang left wing, which I think you could play him anywhere. Like, and he's going to do pretty well. He's going to do great. But I think he'd be better suited more as the main striker. I think he needs to be the main guy. I think he needs to be the guy in the middle of the park, middle of that forward line. I think that's where he needs to be. Sign him a contract, and in his contract he plays in the centre. No more on the wing anymore. He scores his goals all the time, but that's because he's playing kind of as like a as a defensive, he goes down as a left mid, and then when he's attacking, he kind of plays a second striker, kind of cutting in on the from the right, left to right. But no, I think he needs to be playing more as a striker. Then Mesut, like I already have my opinion on Mesut. No, not good enough. He hasn't been good enough since we won an FA Cup, and since then, like he's just not good enough. He just doesn't have the legs anymore. He doesn't have the intensity. He doesn't have the power. He doesn't have the willingness to keep running and running and running. The only time he does that is when he sees if he's going to be subbed off. Now, once I think he's seen Willock, he was like, "Oh, I better do a few yards here, a few yards there, a bit." And he started playing well. And I'm like, you can't just do that just because you're coming off the pitch. You want to start doing this stupid little, oh, yeah, I'll do a little run now, so you won't really not take me off. Like, no, you were so bad. You were so bad. Like, how can you? Why were you getting drift? I don't know if it was the game plan or not. But he kept drifting out to the right. I'm like, what do you do? And you are suited best at being in the centre of the park where you can ping balls in and around the players like that. And that's what we needed him to be, right in the centre, not out in the right. Because you can't. It's hard. You can't have two players cutting in. You can't do that. Why do you have two left footers out in the right trying to cut in? You had on the left side it's a bang, and yes, he cuts in on the right, and then you have Saka on the left who's left foot, so it's good. He can cut in on the right with the ball, and then leaves a space in the behind, so then Saka could run in behind and cross in with his left foot. But you can't do it when why did he keep drifting out right? Why didn't you stay in the middle? Turn around, there's Lacazette right in front of him and get them balls into him like that. But it wasn't. It was just if the tactic's fair enough, but still, I just we don't need him. We don't need him to help us build around the new team. He's just not there anymore. We went from all the fans giving out, going, "Oh, Ozil out, Ozil out." Then Emery did it. Then we weren't performing. Then we're like, "Oh, Ozil back, Ozil back, Ozil." It's like, why, why? You have him on the bench. I understand. Just have him on the bench now. That's where he's best suited. Just on the bench. These little cameos here and there. Just hello, I'm Ozil, blah blah blah. Keep the fans a bit happy, but no, he's not on my starting team anymore. I don't want him in the starting team anymore. I don't care if he does. Oh, he scored against Newcastle. Oh my gosh, it was Newcastle. They have a very very bad team. I picked them to get relegated. That's one of the teams I wanted to think was getting relegated, but they're proving me wrong anyway. But no, he had one good game, just like I said, he scored against a bad team. You can't be a striker and go that long without scoring goals. That's not good enough. It's not good enough for a striker. I'd be the same if I was playing football and I went to 6, 7 games without a goal. I would have no excuses being benched. I would no excuses not getting put on the pitch. I get no excuses for doing that. He has no excuses. He scored what? Scored a goal against Olympiacos. Fair enough. That was it. It was easy tapping, boom, running in the box. I could have run and took that in. Like Eddie Nketiah could have done it. Anyone could have done it. It's again. It was, but then he went. He disappeared. Where was he last night? He should have been taken off. I would have taken him off at half time. him and Ozil, them two I would have taken them off. I would have took Ozil off after 50 minutes. I would have took, like I said, after the first half, and I would have put Martinelli on and Willock on because I think Willock does more of the leg work as well. When he came on, he was more pressing, he was more dynamic. He kept running at all these players, hustling, just like Martinelli. But it was 2 minutes too late. It was way too late. It was like looking Arsene Wenger when he used to have, it's like, make a change, make a change. I was screaming at the TV last night, make a change, make a change, make a change. Just make a bloody change. You can tell that the team ain't doing great. Just make a fucking change. And he didn't. He waited way too long, and just kept waiting. I was pulling out my hair saying, why are you not making a change? Make a fucking change. And he didn't. And Pepe again, he does this great skills in and out, shake it all about, do the fucking hokey pokey, and you just like poke it by them, put your foot through it, and take a shot and goal. Stop cutting in. The only way you can, like, if you're in that close in the box, you can't cut in anymore. Do what Ian Robin used to do. He cut in just before the box, then banging in with his left foot, because that's how you do it. Or he dribbles in right into the centre and then it's 1-on-1 with the keeper and just pops it in with his left foot, gets around the keeper. That's what he needs to do. If you want him to model around his game, look at Iron Robin. Get him to watch Iron Robin videos. Get him to do the training drills Iron Robin did, and just like turn him into Iron Robin. You can't stop his left foot. That's what he is. He's unbelievable. He's pace for days, skill for days. But they won't just do that. Watch Iron Robin. Ryan Robin was one of my favourite players just because he had one left foot, and even that you knew he had one left hook, you still couldn't stop him. He had great pace and great dribbling ability, and that's what made him a great player. He just did what he was good at. He was good at tucking in on his left and banging it in and dribbling. So just keep doing that, Ozil. Ozil, Pepe. Just base your game around Iron Robin, and I think he will turn into a great player if he keeps that. Because nearly every single one of his goals, he's cuts in on his left, he's in that penalty box, or he's cutting in outside the box. Even his balls in or just before the box, is outside the box. Like, there, look at that. That's, you can look at that. He done that player 3 times. Like, you don't need to. Oh yeah, it's great on the highlight reel on YouTube and whatever. But now it's like, just put the ball through, put your foot through the ball, score a goal. It's just that easy. And I think it just really showed where Arteta is as a manager, being lack of experience in Europe, coaching on his own. Olympiacos became a great tactic. Just get a goal, get one goal, and then defend, and break them on the counter attack. Because Arsenal are going to keep trying to get a goal more than they will, and that's what they did. And 2 set plays. We did the stupid zonal marking. I don't like zonal marking. I never like zonal mark. I don't know why teams do. Oh, but people give out that was man mark. Just man mark. You look at the tallest player on your team, the tallest player on their team, mark each other. You just do height for height. That's how that's how we used to do it when I was little. It was just height for height. You mark him, smallest people on the post. Or I was a striker, or even if when I was played right wing or left back or anything like that, I go on the post because I'm the smallest guy. It's like I'm not going to be marking anyone. Headering is not my greatest ability, so I'd be on the post. I think that's a better place for me, a better place of defensive. And then once that ball breaks out, I'm gone. I'm sprinting up so the keeper can hoof it up to me or hoof it up to the player so I can latch on to be with the striker when he's up there with the ball. And that's like I said, I think it was just lack of experience from Arteta that made it just tactically awareness. And I think subs as well. So there's my bloody rant now. Portsmouth on Monday. It's going to be. That's the thing now. Now I'm like, are they going to? Is this where they all drop their heads now? Not going to listen to Arteta anymore, and they're all going to like, oh, boo hoo hoo hoo. I'm not listening to him anymore, like they did with Emery and stuff like that. Oh, sorry, just have a cup of coffee. Mm. And like, it hurts me. It really does. It really does hurt me. Um, I'm not looking forward to. I'm not looking forward to seeing us play against Portsmouth because I don't know what team's going to show up now. Is it going to be? Is it going to play a strong team? Is it going to play a weak team? I don't know. I think the best bet for us would be no European football. Concentrate in the league next year. Maybe go on a cup run, the Carling Cup or the FA Cup, and rebuild from scratch. Get rid of all these players that no one wants it. I think, like that's it. Like these players are playing for their Arsenal careers, and like I said, but they're not a big club anymore. Big clubs are going to take these players. Like they'll take big clubs will take a Banyan. Big clubs will take like I said. Big clubs might take Ozil. No one's going to take Ozil now because he's in that dying breed now of players where like that luxury kind of like, oh, I can tip a tap around the place. Look at Kevin De